So I'll start by saying who I am and what I'm doing. So my name is Leah and I'm from the PR department of AudaCity Capital, and at the moment we're just conducting interviews with our traders to find out about how they got into trading and what their journey has been like. So my first question I have for you is just to introduce yourself and then explain how long you've been a trader and what sent you down that path.
Okay, I want to thank you, and I think I've spoken before, but I didn't do a video call. I just did a write-up of what I did and what I'm doing. So I started trading, I think, far back, we would say 14 years back, and I started when I was in the university as a medical student. So my first ever platform to trade was FXCM, which is an American broker. And I all started alone. Like I just went to the internet, I just stumbled on a platform, and then I joined. But I didn't know anything. I was making losses up and down. But after a while, I met another trader who happened to be from Nigeria as well. And then I was trying to learn from him. But he was like, he doesn't really know anything. He only gets signals from people and all that. So I'm like, it's messed up. So I met another person again. It was like, you need to improve. You have to buy ebooks. So I bought a lot of ebooks from online, from friends from Malaysia, but really, I didn't really get anything. But what I loved doing was trying it on my platform, playing around. So around my second year in medical school, I realized that, yeah, I've understood the system and I could stay till morning, almost like 6 hours all night, trying to catch the market. But I didn't understand that the market doesn't just work that way. It has its own break time, it has when it starts and all that. And then third year in medical school, I decided to go full time by not just training for myself, training for my classmates who were like, oh, what do you do with your money? Do you put it in the bank or do you just try out something? I said, I love to take risk. And you guys won't enjoy my type of risk because sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. And they were like, what is it? I said, it's foreign exchange trading. And I'm just trading currencies for now. And I'm hoping to trade stocks, indexes, commodities, and the rest. But I found out that, yeah, I love the currencies. As early as I think 7 years back, they're really doing fine, not like now. So I was like, my major was Euro USD, Great Britain pound, and I also like the Aussie as well. But Euro USD was my major currency I was trading. So after some 5 years of been trading with it and I was seeing progress, I decided to switch to metals. And so I switched to gold. And that started from 2015. That's when I was done with medical school. And I found out that, yeah, I needed something that would match up with the speed of what I'm doing. So I'm a doctor. I got to look at my patients. I have to look at my trades. The only way I can succeed is if I can master something that, even if I'm going to be wrong 50%, the remaining 50%, I should score right. So I went into gold and I saw it was pretty fast. So I fell in love with gold. So what do I do for gold? I know it's risky, so I don't play around with very big capitals. So what I do is I try to master my skill and train myself by using $100 or $200. So recent, like is on my YouTube channel, I try to play something like, oh, I can turn $100 to 300 or 400, but don't try this at home because, you know, everybody has YouTube channels now. And if you don't advise them rightfully, they would always go into trouble. And some of them have stumbled on my article on you guys' platform and they're like, oh, how is AudaCity Capital? What's going on? I said, well, it's not everybody's game. If you're not into FX proper and know how it works, you won't enjoy it. So it's like my first time in AudaCity Capital, I got $10,000. You guys tried me. And I said, oh, wow, okay. It's a serious deal to use 0.30 lot size to trade. And then it was struggle to make 1,000 with 0.30 lot size trading currencies. But I understood that you guys were watching risk and that the company like I'm a part of now watches risk. Because if you're trading for a company and they give you rules, you have to abide to the rules. So I didn't want to argue or question why it was 0.30 lot size. So I had my drawdowns and I was like, okay, I didn't make it this year so much. I was still doing my subscription. And I said, okay, no, I now understand how it works. So I'm coming back again. So I think I started a fresh one again of recent and they were like, oh, Doc, I see you're doing fine. Yeah, I said, because I understand this, the whole system now. So I'm not bothered. So that's how my FX journey has been. And I now set up a team. I have a team of traders I train. Almost 40 traders I've trained so far in my own career. And I also ventured into other brokers aside being in AudaCity Capital, doing the referral thing and all that. So training people is basically on just one thing. I just tell you Euro USD, please just master Euro USD. Don't change your mind. If you're trading gold, master why. Because I observed that if you study it like the way we study medicine, I see it as I'm studying the ECG or I'm studying the circulatory flow in somebody's system. So if you study the charts over time, like I have over 10, 15 years, history, and I'm a fine artist too. So I have this imagery, like I can remember images or patterns. So it's easy for me to say, oh, I've seen this far back to 15. So let me check my monthly chart. Let me check my weekly charts. Let me see what the patterns are like. Let me see, is it a doji, a dragonfly, a abandoned baby? So definitely with time, I understood how candles work. I'm like a candlestick trader and I like long-term. And sometimes it catches back on me because being a long-term trader, sometimes your positions can't hang on for too long. Retracement comes. But I love floating trades now, micro lot sizes, long-term. I see gains yields. So it's the same principle I'm applying to AudaCity Capital. I'm happy they control how traders use lot sizes because it tells you that you can trade by aiming for trend changes, not just instant trading or high frequency trading, which is very common. So that's how my trading time has been. And then now I have a website that I'm training people. And I think I shared my article there for them. I was like, oh, the AudaCity Capital actually, interviewed me some years back. They want to know how I ventured into trading, and I expressed myself. And like I said earlier, I got to make more money around 2015, January 15. That's when I really saw FX was good. Before I was feeling that, oh, I'm not doing too fine. But during the Euro crisis, the Swiss franc crisis, where the Swiss franc decapped over 1,000 to 2,000 pips, I was just lucky because I'm a seller. Normally, I like to sell things. I don't like buying. So I was on the sell side and it paid off. So ever since then, my psychology has changed too. I really love to sell things. I don't really, even on my trading platform, I don't do too much of the bullish. I'm on the bearish axis, like. So that's what has been happening. So thank you for asking. And
That's
I would
great. You
definitely
sound very
introduce more people.
successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your story sounds great. You've been really successful in everything that you're doing, so that's great. And did you learn to trade successfully? Was it mostly through yourself and through the things you were learning by yourself, or was it mostly because of your mentors that you said, or anything else?
I think what happened was this. I was obsessed with the system. I'm very obsessed. Don't worry, I think aside the interview, I would send you my YouTube link so you see how obsessed I am. And I'm obsessed with perfection. Like I could keep $1,000 and I know my aim is to turn each 1,000 to 5,000. And I had to think outside the box like a mathematician. How do you do this? So I could easily spread $100 in 10 portfolios. Remember, it's $1,000. And then I'm using 0.01 lots in 4 or 5 spots. And I'm trading gold. And because I know how fast gold is, I don't keep the trades floating. Like immediately I see $200 or 150, I close them. So I now do the maths, 150 or 100 times 10 spots. I just quickly made $2,000. So that's how I've been practicing. Now, learning from people, I learned from an Indonesian guy as well, but I never saw him. He was just like you on Zoom. He just said, Emmanuel, I think what you should learn now, you know everything. Learn price action and also learn candlestick patterns. They will help you. So that was my first friend, an Indonesian. The second guy was an Asian guy who taught me about the Japanese candlestick. Like if I know how to interpret it well, it's like the biggest signal system. Every other thing just follows later like indicators. They don't really matter if you can identify your candles. And that was all. Then I attended the FX Street, the Forex Street. Then it was fxstreet.net before you now have the fxstreet.com. And we had a lot of traders from different countries there. So I'm always going there to see if I'm going to be like, meeting traders that are doing what I'm doing. And then I later went into Zoom, Zulu Trade. ZuluTrade.com have a lot of traders too. But I saw that, it's a different platform. You can't link up with people. You're just copying their trades. So I said, someday I'm going to be on Zulu, but I need to see if I can compete against 1,000 of traders. So I have my Zulu page too now. And I think I'm 2,298 trader and then 961 in Europe. Now I'm trading only gold, but my aim is to go into the top 10 where whenever you open the Zulu trade page, you just see top 10 traders. I feel I'm not done so much, so I need to do better. So how I learn is I push myself for that. I don't care about the number of times that I've had losses, but for each loss I make, it helps me to learn why did I lose. So I also keep the history of my tradings, like the whole data of how I traded. Why did I lose this $200? Where did I use a big loss size? Why didn't I wait for this pattern? And so with time, I observed that that's how it works. So I can trade like maybe once or twice in a month The idea is to wait for my best move, which is I love to sell, and I dump when I'm very sure. That means I wait for the spikes to reach the highest resistances, and I confirm it in my weekly, monthly, and daily charts that that resistance is tired. And then I just dump myself. And then I know I'm going to go out when I see an index finger candle. That's enough for me if I have a total of like 10 or 5 spots. So I'm not too dependent on pips. I'm just dependent on candlesticks. So I'm a fan of candles.
Yeah, I think that's good advice as well for other people that maybe are watching these videos, because we're making them for either our traders or people who want to get into the funded trader program, or maybe people who are just starting out in the industry. So what you're doing is a good example of how people should be learning and how to do things really to get to where they want to. So that's great to hear. And my last question for you is, how has AudaCity Capital been for you so far? Has everything been okay in the funded trader program?
The funded trading program, actually, for me, it's okay. I don't have anything except when I see the boss, I'll tell the boss, why don't you allow some of our traders to use more than 0.30 lots? It takes us time to make this $1,000. But the thing is, I think with time, he will reconsider it. You have to see the performance of the trader, like you guys say. If you make some money, we add more for you, we give you more advantages. So it's okay. And it's way different, I will tell people, from what other companies are doing. Like the FTMO, this is one other one they call Top Trader something. We have a lot of companies also trying to compete with AudaCity. I first tried one before. I paid their stage of qualification before you get to trade. It's very difficult. But here in AudaCity, it's just some few questions they need to ask because they want to see or give you a try. That's what I'm seeing here. So which is good because a lot of traders don't have that time to do a demo trading or pass stage 1, stage 2. The only thing that may hinder them is maybe the charges per month, which I told people, I said, if you're not a trader, you're not having income well, I'm a medical doctor. My salary is like a backup for whatever I'm doing, and you diversify. So you can come into FX Wall or work for hedge fund without having your own backup. Anything can happen. So when they say you should subscribe for a monthly thing, I just think it's a way of them saying this is my insurance policy in case you trade waywardly as a trader. So it's just like AudaCity Capital is putting an insurance policy on all traders. See, guys, if you trade anyhow, just know at the end of the month, we're going to take our £99 or something. That's just what I think. So I don't see any issue with AudaCity except that issue of like, give us chances to play other lot sizes. Like you say, oh, don't open more than 3 spots, don't open more than 1 spot of 0.30. So these are rules that is in your head nonstop. That's it. And then your trades must close when the whole big news coming or big data releases from the economists. You don't leave it open, and then you don't leave trades open for like end of the week. This is some things you have to play around. And also they do something because I know they gave me a chance, and I'm going to tell them thank you because when I started trading, I had my drawdowns, and I know the drawdown policy says, oh, if you catch 1,000 something, they're going to hit you out. But they don't really do that. I've observed. When you drop down to the percentage, you say, let's see, give you chances to try. They only control positions. So I think it's just the best. I don't see anything out there that is best. I've traded 25 brokers. I've traded 25 brokers and gotten into other investment schemes, almost 30 of them. I will confirm, if you check, Forex Army and the rest of those stories, this AudaCity doesn't have anything they're holding against them.